Michael Strahan's sister, an agonizing account of his tragic family history. The GNA personality lost his dad August 31, 2020. Michael Strahan has had an amazing career, going from being a well-known athlete to a beloved TV personality, but the GNA host has experienced unfathomable loss away from the public eye and behind closed doors. The well-known TV host was raised as one of 5 children and has 4 children of his own. His upbringing and the affection his parents, Jean and Louise, had for him and his siblings have been topics of frequent conversation. Michael was therefore not surprised when his father, who he loved so much, passed away in September 2020. Many fans were unaware that the loss was exacerbated by the knowledge that his older sister, Deborah, had passed away the previous year. According to her obituary, Deborah was 10 years Michael's senior and was lovingly referred to as Ms. D. She gave her life to the church at the young age of 12 and passed away at the age of 58. The obituary for Deborah stated, "Deborah was a young woman of many facets. To know her was to love her," making it abundantly evident that the Strahan family had lost someone very special. Among all the activities Deborah enjoyed, telling a good story was her favorite. She was always genuinely passionate and loving towards her family. Deborah was gregarious, vivacious, compassionate, and she never encountered a stranger. She would take off her shirt for you. Regardless of the circumstances in her life, she consistently wore a smile. Deborah exuded happiness, joy, love, and vitality. Those who knew her or had the opportunity to meet her will never forget her. Michael has never made a public statement about his loss, and her tragic death cause was never disclosed. But Michael wrote a heartfelt statement after his father passed away, advising followers to cherish their family while they still have them. "The biggest goal in everything I've ever done was to make him proud," he stated. "Knowing that I did that gives me peace, but also pushes me to continue because I know he's watching from above. I don't know where I would be without him, but I do know that my life would not be nearly as good as it is now. I'm honored to be your son and I love you, Dad. Take time to hug your parents, spouse, and kids," he concluded with some advice for his fans. "Don't assume that just because you say you love someone, they will understand how you feel." Co-host Amy Robach stated, his father, Gene Willie Strahan Sr., is being laid to rest today. The first of 9 children to graduate from high school, he was born in 1937. Gene enlisted in the United States Army in 1955 and progressed to the rank of major while serving in the 82nd Airborne Division. Gene married wife Louise in 1957, and they spent 63 wonderful years together, bringing up 6 children, she said. "We want you to know that Michael, Louise, and the whole Strahan family are in our thoughts and prayers today. Michael, you are loved." Additionally, Strahan has achieved great success in the broadcasting industry. He won multiple Daytime Emmy Awards and appeared effortless in his transition from Fox NFL's Sunday analyst to Good Morning America co-host. Not to mention his 4 devoted children, his long-term relationship with Kayla Quick, and his $65 million net worth according to Celebrity Net Worth. Naturally, things haven't always been this good in Strahan's world. Here are some of the Pro Football Hall of Famers' greatest setbacks, disappointments, and tragedies, ranging from the death of multiple family members and acrimonious legal battles to workplace conflicts and health problems. Michael Strahan lost his older sister in 2019, the first of 2 family tragedies he would soon experience. Deborah Deanna Strahan, also known as Ms. D, passed away at the young age of 58. According to her online obituary, she had been a longtime member of her community. As a Church of Champions member, Deborah had actually devoted a significant portion of her life to Jesus Christ since she was a young adolescent. According to the obituary, she was always genuinely passionate and loving towards her family. Michael, who is 10 years her junior, was mentioned in the obituary along with their mother Louise, father Gene Sr., siblings Sandra, Christopher, and Victor. Remarkably, the former defensive end for the New York Giants has never publicly discussed his loss. Deborah was full of life, love, joy, and happiness, the eulogy concluded. Those who knew her or had the opportunity to meet her will never forget her. Michael Strahan has frequently discussed in public the effects of losing his father, even though he hasn't yet addressed the passing of his older sister Deborah. In fact, his football hero son spoke candidly about his coping mechanisms on the Dr. Oz show a few months after the 83-year-old Gene Strahan passed away, and the struggle was genuine during his senior year in an interview with ESPN's More Than an Athlete via Hello. When I first went to Houston, I was scared, Strahan said. I'm a young person from Germany, right? I didn't believe I could succeed. I had to educate myself on culture, hardship, and isolation. I had to learn how to live. For me, high school was about getting by each day. I never thought I understood everything. I was barely making it. In fact, Strahan was anything but at the age of 17, even though he might be the life and spirit of the party these days. The Pyramid host, who called himself a loser, claimed that nothing significant occurred in his social life. The real reason I was at school was to play football, which was my life's work. Michael Strahan became the most recent well-known figure to contract the coronavirus in 2021. It seems that the Daytime Emmy Award winner, who had to take a few weeks off from his work on Good Morning America, wasn't the only one who contracted the milder form of the illness. Thankfully, Strahan was on the road to recovery, he revealed in a video message that aired on the ABC show. Strahan thanked everyone who had sent well wishes. However, he also advised the audience to go through everything that it brings with it, and that you don't want COVID. The Anchorman then reverted to his previous role of public service broadcaster, pleading with viewers to obey the law. Use your wipes, wash your hands, and wear a mask, Strahan said. Even though I completed all of those tasks, it still proves to me that it requires more than just you. It's everyone's responsibility to help one another because it's not just about you but also about the people you surround yourself with and other people. 2 weeks later, the Super Bowl winner made a full recovery and returned to the morning show. Michael Strahan shed a lot of weight towards the end of his NFL career. The defensive end for the New York Giants, who had previously weighed about 280 pounds, found himself suddenly 30 pounds lighter. But the drop was not due to diet and exercise. Stress was the cause. Strahan's contentious divorce from his second wife, Jen Mugley, occurred around the same time as his final years as a football player. According to his 2022 explanation on the podcast All the Smoke via the U.S. Sun, this time had a significant impact on his physical well-being and appearance. Somehow, everyone says, "Oh, you've lost weight. Are you in for a game?" And I say, "No, I'm not married. That strain. I lost weight as a result of that stress, as well as hair, as well as grays." Fortunately, Strahan was able to handle these adjustments by relying on his optimistic outlook. But it ended up being good because I needed to lose weight. It prolonged my career. I could go running all day. My knees felt fine. My back no longer hurt. In fact, the Good Morning America anchor helped the Giants win Super Bowl XLII by defeating the New England Patriots during his final season in 2007. Robin Roberts conducted an interview with Michael Strahan and his daughter Isabella Strahan for ABC News in 2024. Unfortunately, it was not a festive occasion. Rather, the two were there to break the heartbreaking news that Isabella had been diagnosed with medulloblastoma, a brain tumor that is malignant. Speaking to his regular colleague, Michael was upbeat and said, "I really believe that in many respects, I'm the luckiest man in the world because I have an incredible daughter. I'm aware that she's going through it, but I also know that she will succeed and that we are never given more than we can manage." When Isabella started having incapacitating headaches early in her freshman year at the University of Southern California, she was informed about her illness. Following a battery of tests, medical professionals discovered a 4-centimeter tumor in her brain that was expanding quickly. At Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, she underwent emergency surgery to remove it. Following the procedure, she underwent rehabilitation and multiple rounds of radiation therapy. Isabella added, "I'm feeling good," and seemed to be in a positive mood, much like her father. "Not too horrible, and I can't wait for this entire process to be over. However, I believe that you just need to continue living each day throughout the entire process."